Hey guys, so part two, I said something about developing your own formula and talking about that a little bit. Um, I just feel like that everybody's unique. Everybody has a chance to be an individual if they want to be. Um, I'm not knocking people who want to model other people to the point of following. Uh, we need followers just like we need leaders. But I think that even in the following, you can be unique. So to me, your own formula is basically you find the stuff that works for you and that makes you different from other people, that makes people remember who you are. I don't believe in like making that up and drumming up a bunch of dramatic whatever that's not really real just so people can remember you or feel like you're important. But I do feel like you have to find the things that make you you, and you can't let anybody or anyone, thing, person, place, yada yada yada, take that away from you. Because if they do, then it will reduce your ability to grow in the ways that are going to help your life, and it's going to weaken you and weaken them because they don't then get to benefit from the fresh individuality that you radiate out and express with your own spirit and your own style. So, that being said, again, you may want to dress a certain way, makes you feel good, and that making you feel good may let more of the real you out that the people that love you are going to love, and the people that hate you are going to hate. But they're necessary, both sides. But the people that are going to love you for you aren't going to be able to do that if you're not yourself, are they? So you have to find ways to bring that stuff out there, and you have to be bold and brave about it. Um, I don't think bold and brave means that you fly in the face of every convention or that you strive to get these swift and negative reactions from everybody. Because you see a lot of that out there nowadays. People talk just to hear themselves talk. Okay. I'm probably one of them, but it doesn't matter. You have to get over that too if you're going to listen to me. Um, or they say things that are just shock jock and ridiculous, just to get a reaction out of people. I don't know that that's being individual and authentic, because I don't think anyone does that 24/7 and every word out of your mouth is like that. There's an old saying I heard once, T.D. Jakes actually said in a message once, a lion don't roar all the time. Okay. Part of being unique and individual is having different facets and different moods and different days where you are expressing something other than maybe what you expressed yesterday. And so, however you do that, you need to do it. And so, if, like I said on my other one, if you sing to get over your feelings, or you like cherry pie, or you like certain types of music, say you like rap music or you like country music, um, you know, you shouldn't have to give that stuff up to please anybody else and to have people like you, because guys, there are billions of people in this world. I guarantee you, you are not the only one that likes what you like. And you are going to be able to, if you put yourself out there and you stay authentic to you, find people who do like what you like and are going to therefore eventually like you because of your individuality, your style, your smile. Because I'm sorry, even the most hated person on this earth has somebody out there that likes them. Hell, even Adolf Hitler had a wife, okay? I wouldn't say he's the most hated person in all of history, but he was a pretty bad dude. Okay, and he had somebody who was willing to love him and marry him. So don't let that stop you. As far as like, oh, so and so won't like me if I do this, or I won't be in this particular clique of friends if I don't do this, if I don't have the right shoes, or I wear the wrong color, or okay, what are we, 10, 12? Really? Okay, you got to do the things that make you you, and let that draw to you the people who are going to like you and want to spend time with you. Um, Believe it or not, it makes it easier for them to come. And what by that I mean is there are going to be people that will, if you behave a certain way, yeah, you'll attract their attention. Okay. But I found in my own personal life of when I was younger, especially trying to be something that I wasn't, um, I couldn't maintain the facade forever. It takes a lot of energy to live a lie. Okay. In my experience, now, again, I can't speak for everybody, but I can say in my experience of what I'm sharing with those who maybe have some of the same feelings that I feel or some of the same thoughts that I think or want to share my thoughts and not share yours, it's really difficult to live a lie for a long time. You can flash in the pan, but it's like having dry cells in a battery. Eventually, it just pops. It runs out. It ain't going to do nothing. And I think that not being authentic is not going to draw the kind of friends to you that you want, because when you are no longer behaving in a way that is not you, that has attracted these people in the first place, they're not going to stay with you. It's just like I was saying a little earlier about being who you were and not letting anybody tell you anything different, and not changing yourself because someone doesn't like it. Because the truth is, the person that's wanting to change something they don't like about you instead of embracing you as you probably isn't going to stick around, be honest with you, very long after it's all said and done, especially if you can't maintain that facade. So why even put one up to begin with? Be yourself. Because there ain't nothing wrong with being yourself. Not one thing. You are just as dynamic and unique and interesting to somebody as maybe a person whose qualities you look at you want to emulate. And I'm not saying you shouldn't emulate anybody. I'm not saying that everything has to be absolutely unique and never before seen in the world. But your combination of things that you embrace is what makes you you, makes you unique, makes you different. Okay. And it's something you should celebrate in yourself and in other people. And it's okay to be that way. It's not okay to tell everybody they have to be a certain way. It is nice for things like the military, maybe, okay, for maneuvers or something where they have to all march in a straight line or whatever, but generally speaking, life isn't like that. For most things in life, you don't have to have that rigid a focus, okay? You need to be you, because again, that's what draws the right people to you and puts you in situations where you can have what you want. So I'm encouraging you to be you, and whatever that means, you have to discover. Now, it doesn't mean that that doesn't change along the way. It doesn't mean that okay, yeah, maybe I liked rap music when I was younger and more rambunctious, and I thought I wanted to be a gangster or whatever. And that might have been you at that time, but you may not feel that way, you know, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s. You may now want to be something different. You may still have a little bit of that street in you as far as that goes, and it may never ever go away, because there are some qualities out of that camp that might be useful to you, like focus, like um, energy that comes from anger, and being able to direct that to a goal. Stubbornness at times can be beneficial. Um, single-mindedness, uh, creativity. There are things that come out of just about anything. Even bad characters can have um, useful qualities, and so you don't have to get rid of it. Remember, we don't have to get rid of the things that help us. We just get rid of the things that are hindering us, and you have to determine what those are at any day of the week. So if hanging with Slick Willie is tearing you up because you are trying to now be a professional person, and Slick Willie's still out in the street and don't really want the things that you want anymore, then you got to say, look, Slick Willie or Rufus or whatever his name is, I know we was cool back in the day, and you took a bullet for me when I was in trouble and all this stuff, but I got to go this way now because I'm just not that anymore. See you. It's not usually so cold and abrupt, but you get what I'm saying. And honestly, if he's your friend, he ain't gonna have a problem with it anyway. So that's another thing you have to look at. We'll talk about some of that friendship stuff later, some of the things I feel like friends should have that I think might be useful. But the bottom line again is embracing the things that are about you and the things that you want to keep that are good for you. And that includes your music, your style, your smile. And it is okay to have more than one. And it's okay to have more than one thing. It's okay to like rap at 20 and hate it at 30. Okay. It's okay to like jazz at 30 and then go back to rap at 40, or go back to country at 40, or whatever it is, Mozart. Okay. There is nothing wrong with that. But the thing that I really want to get across to you is no matter what it is, you got to be authentic. You got to really put yourself out there and be vulnerable to be yourself and let people both accept and reject you. Because it's going to happen regardless. My grandma used to always say, they talked about Jesus. What makes you think they ain't going to talk about you? Um, and she was saying it to be encouraging in the fact that, no matter what you do, somebody going to have something to say about it. It ain't all going to be good, but it ain't all going to be bad either. And the people that you want around you are the ones that are going to be okay with who you are. Because anybody that's going to matter to you is going to try to understand who you are and be okay with accepting you, even on your less than perfect days. So, quick rehash. Find the things that make you you. They're going to change over time as you evolve. You do not have to be stuck in a mold, and you don't have to do the same thing over and over just because you did it last year, last week, last month. But as long as you're authentic and you get it out there, you're going to attract the right people for you, the ones that are going to share your joy and make you happy. And any of the ones that fall away by the wayside, it doesn't mean that you can't pick them up again later if you change to something else, but more than likely they're not going to stick, and they weren't going to stick anyway. And so it's okay for you to let them go. It might be painful at times because, listen, there's some people I like a great deal, but they can't handle who I am. And so I have to let them go, and they have to be what they are. And it's okay for us both to go our separate ways and enjoy life. But the things that you are going to give you the joy and the juice and the passion, so that even if you're not the richest man in the world, that you'll be able to wake up happy in the mornings. Or if you're not the old dude on the corner that's blowing kisses at everybody. I saw this thing where this guy, I think it's either Bali or Fiji or one of the islands. He stands on the corner, a street corner every day, and just blows kisses at people. I love you. I love you. I love you. And it brings him joy every day. Um, he's just as important and he's just as valuable as somebody who plays the violin perfectly for a living. Because if he's living his passion, he's a credit to the world, just like that person that plays that violin. The person who slam dunks and the person who graffitis the wall are just as valuable if they're being authentic, because it's what we need in the world is real, true, authentic people that are really being themselves. Now, that doesn't mean that being yourself means that you get away with murder, or that you don't ever have to modify your behavior to work within the confines of society if you're going to be a part of it. But it does mean that you have to move toward as much of what's really you and show that every day and be fearless about it and unafraid of the consequences of that if it loses you certain things that were never really yours to hold anyway if they're not your skills truly. So anyway, be yourself and enjoy that, and let the things come to you from being yourself that you need. And as you modify along the way some of the things that you intrinsically are and tailor them more to where you're going and who you want to be, then that'll bring other things into your life to go with them. And so be fearless about that and be yourself, because there's somebody out there, many somebodies, who are going to love you and accept you and be a part of your circle if you'll do that. I'm striving to do it myself. So thanks for sharing my armchair with me, and I look forward to sharing ideas with you soon. Until then, I hope you have a great time and just enjoy. Peace.